Hello? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello everyone and welcome. Hi. How are you today, guys? So let's jump right in. So I was doing some test on the change of texture for the dungeons and it seems to work fine. I also wanted to test this new texture here. I don't know if it's too much, and we have a problem in this area, but you know what? Just to test it, let's do it. Let's try to have variation 3, right? Variation 3, and we create a quick normal map. We create a quick normal map for it. Yeah, so the substitution of the texture seems to work fine. I had to do some additional work for it, but it's done. It works okay. It works okay. It works okay. I had to extend the ending as well. So the dungeon ending, which is basically the niche model that we put at the end of the room when the dungeon is completely generated, right? And so yeah, I use the same logic, right? So I'm setting the texture with the unwrap replication using, right? And I do it on the room, I do it on the traps, and I do it on the endings, which are basically all the pieces that are using some walls, right? And the way I do it is basically like this. I have a blueprint implementable event that is going into the specific blueprint. Then I take the wall texture that's being replicated and I set it on all the components, right? For very complex rooms is quite big. Like if I take the rare room, right, which is one of the biggest, that has many items, you see, that is the thing. So yeah, I don't know if this is really the right way to do it, but I would say yes. I mean, we have to set the texture, so, and it is setting it to all the pieces of our right? So maybe we can create, just for simplicity, a 4, right? I mean, a roof that actually has these 4 all together. There could be a way, but I mean, yeah. Actually, the walls are already pretty much, you know, in good shape. These are actually separate, but I mean, we have a lot of pieces, right, in this room, and mainly this one is definitely made of so many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8 pieces only for this platform, right? Maybe we can merge it into one and just export it. That's a possibility. I mean, I'm not that scared about the number of pieces because anyway, this geometry is very simple. So, but still, I would like to keep it reasonable. So let's see. Where do we have the... Where do we have the atlas, right? And the atlas is inside buildings atlas, yeah. Buildings atlas. Okay. Yeah. It is actually here. Okay, let me import the new one. So that fuck is not in the quick access. Okay. Now this one will need some tweaks because it's really not proper, but that's fine. I will fix it. Hello, Hula. I want to test a different variation. Okay. Now, if we go here and we say that we only have one variation, right? No, wait a second. Variation 2, no, variation 3. What? Uh-oh. think I did a mess. Variation. Yeah, variation. Yeah, variation 3. Base 2 instance. Why? Okay. I don't know. I'm a bit confused about it, but it's fine. Okay, so now we should generate it with the okay, so now we should generate it only with one material, right? Because it's the new material. Now I think it will look a bit weird on the column top, because it is where we have like the cyberpunk kind of laser writings that we have to delete. But it's okay. I can do that. I will, if it looks okay, I will change it. It's just this part, right, that is fucked up. Yeah, it's really fucked up actually. Also, this part is a bit fucked up, I have to say. Seems to be not exactly in the same spot, but maybe it's just because it's not. Is it loading or? I don't know what it's doing. Waiting for server. Why? What? What is going on, huh? Waiting for server. What? I never seen that. Sometimes there are weird things happening. Detected running instance in process group UEPS Unreal connected to console process. Huh? Bro, launch the game like you launched it a million other times. What is the deal? Huh? What? Live coding console. What is this shit, by the way? I don't want any live coding anything. I just want my Unreal Engine to start normally. Oh my god. Why every day there is a new thing? Do you think is this? Do you think is the is Ryder trying to go, I mean it is trying to do something with bro, I don't get what is going on. Let me close everything and I launched the server like a million times, right? And he always worked. Now it's giving that weird error that is waiting for starting live coding. Okay, now it's yeah, I think it's Ryder that messed up. Because now it seems that after I closed it, it's starting normally. Yeah, it's starting normally now. I don't understand what happened, but fine. Sometimes there are weird things. So if we like this texture, we just want to patch this part. Question will be, how do we do it? How do we do it? Well, I think the easier will be to use the red one that we have here, or just regenerate it. Well, let's see how it looks first, and then we decide. Is it too much? I mean, it's not bad, but all these kind of golden things coming out, I think they look a bit too much, no? I think it's a bit too much. I mean, it can be interesting maybe for one room, but having, you know, the wall dungeon like this seems to be too much. And we definitely have a problem with tiling. I don't think I like it. I mean, the texture is very cool, but I don't think I don't think I like it. By the way, is the loot present or no? It seems the loot is missing, huh? I mean, the texture is cool, but the result is not that good. Here we are missing one column, by the way. It seems that in the ray room we are missing one column. I think I prefer the previous one. Why the music is so low? They're not spawning any loot? Because we don't have 7111, which is yeah, which is an item that we have only. I think it's a bit too much. I think I don't like it. I think these golden nuggets, whatever they are, I think they are a bit too much. And I mean, it looks cool actually here, but then when you see it on a wall, it's definitely too much. So I would say no. I think we can stay with the two variations that we have. I would not go too crazy in creating more. I think they are very nice. And I think that you can't mix it. Mix what, Ulla? Mix the... so to have one tech... Yeah, we can in theory. We could change it. We could change it by room. We could change it by room, so every room like is different, but or we can use it only for the ray rooms. Like we can say that the ray room is has a different texture, right? Maybe. And the problem is that I don't like it too much. Let me see if we missed. It seems that in the ray room we missed this column. This column is what? This column 1. Because it's disconnected. Okay, now it's connected. Now it is connected, so now it should be fine. Yeah, we could mix them. Yes, we could mix them, but I think it will become a bit of a mess, no? I think it becomes too messy. I would like to fix the tiling on this guy, because I think this guy is very, very good, but unfortunately the tiling is breaking it. So I would like to see... what is the easiest way to do it? The easiest way to do it is probably to take this and just assign it to this wall. Like this is okay, but the one below it are not, right? And also here there is a color variation, a significant color variation. So this guy is what? This guy is... this guy? No, this guy is this guy. Yeah. This guy is this guy. And he matches with that. So here we have the problem that this should be... now... I think unfortunately the tiling is kind of finishing here. I don't know exactly why, but it is. So I think our only possibility is to clone from another one like this, right? And bring it here and go down like that and see if this is doing it, right? and see if this is actually doing it. But I don't know because didn't change at all. What? Atlas Bay 03 variation 2. What? Because it's still too deep? Okay, I see. Now we'll have to delete this, but let me see just. Wow. It is more than that. But I think it is, probably it is even more than this. Now it's too much. Now it's too much. So it was the second one, like this guy. I don't know why there is that empty space, but actually it's how the texture has been created originally. Yeah, now it's a bit better. Yeah, it's pretty much there, right? It's pretty much there. It's pretty much there. Maybe just a millimeter to the left. Millimeter to the left. I don't want this jump to be too visible, right? The fact that it's really changing color that much. I mean, it's okay if it's slightly darker, but I don't want it to be so much darker that it looks that it looks wrong. Okay. This side is okay. Now the right side, it's not really the best, and also the ending here is not really the best. Slightly better. Slightly better. I mean, this dark line. Yeah, this dark line is bad. I don't want this dark line. I want a line that is more like this. Yeah. Exactly. And yes, this part is basically unused, right? This part, this block here is basically unused at the moment. So we can even make it white, right? I mean, it's not used. It's not used. It is actually not used. So it can be any color. I think I will put it like this so it's visible that it's not used. Now, is this border good? Well, I mean, this border is kind of okay. It's probably not the best border. Probably not the best border ever, but... No, but it becomes a mess if I try to do that. Or I clone it, right? So that is really one-to-one, or... But it's too different in terms of color. So let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this, it's fine. Now this side is also a bit ruined. And the border is not really so visible. Because there is the other side, right? And there should be at least a bit of space. At the moment there is basically no space. That's the problem. Okay, there is a bit of space now. I don't know what is this line, this white line, right? There is a kind of a white line going... She's not this, because this should not be visible. Do you think it's that? No, it cannot be that. Well, actually... Yeah, it was that actually. It was that. I would like this thing to close better here, no? Because it's really bad. The way it closes is super bad. Can we get a better... Can we get a better closure or no? Like if I take... Like if I take this guy, right? And I put it here, can we... Yeah, exactly. Can we close it like this or no? I still think this area is too dark. I mean, it's really dark. Yeah, let me try something like this. Because I want these textures to pretty much be final, right? So... Yeah, better. Definitely better. Okay. Now we have an issue here. The issue here is mostly the color. So this color is not matching, right, with the other side, and they are not integrated. I think that is probably it's probably this guy. Yeah, it's this guy. So this color and this color are not matching by far, right? By far. So yeah, so how do we fix that? Good question. I mean, we can start to clone a bit of this and then try to normalize it. I don't know. Ouch. I mean, this should kind of match now, but let me just do a test. But then I have to normalize the rest of the picture, right? Hopefully it's not a full duplicate. I think we may have a duplication. We may have a double. Yeah. I mean, it's not super visible, so I would say if now I go if now I heal, right? I heal this with this. So that we get a decent transition between the two. It will still look darker, but it will be a better transition. And I think we have the problem here at the top. I mean, here at the top is a big issue because this guy is, you know, going this way. And this guy is not. Oops. Something like this I think would be reasonable. Is it just one of the parameters you say in English, more diversity in the dungeon? Have you more feedback for Unreal on your question? No, I don't have any new feedback on Unreal on my question. So at the moment we will have, as you have seen, I developed... oh my god, the difference is still insane. The difference is still insane, bro. Ow! I mean, meaning the transition from darkness to... It's still too strong. But... I don't know if I can easily... I mean, we can do it with a trick. We can... but... It's not even easy to do. I mean, I could place here, you know, some broken thingies like that, so that it looks like he's actually transitioning. And so that the color, you know, the color variation is more explainable because the rock is changing, right? Yeah, it is slightly better. Unfortunately, at the top we still have very annoying misalignment. I mean, these are pixels, boys, so I can also give up. I can also give up as long as it looks reasonably okay, right? Yeah, the misalignment is a bit better. I think it's fine. We now have, you know, additional problems down here. This one is also very different in terms of color. Super different in terms of color. And this one is what? This one is this one, yeah. This one is this one, which is probably cut off here. After, yeah, basically at this border. When it's starting to go down, here we have that. So yeah, the color is completely different. Color is completely different. So, or we close it and we put in a small one, or I basically have to copy paste this block. The problem is where is the cutoff, right? That is what I don't understand too much. The cutoff is basically at this black point. So it's pretty much this. And on this side is what? On this side is... What? And this side is here? Actually, yes. This side is here. So actually the transition is here. Can you believe it? It's kind of weird. So the transition starts here. But how can I then bring all this rock, you know, to the same color? It's basically impossible, boys. is nearly impossible. I think it is something like this, but I think the color is still wrong. I think the color is still... Unfortunately, tileable materials are a mess, boys. Are really a mess. It is better. So definitely it looks that this part is more matching with that part, but the vertical line is very visible, right? The vertical line, and I don't know if the vertical line is this pixel, probably it is. So let me try to do something. So let's go here, and then let's just go down. So there is no big difference, but yeah, matching the pixel will be nearly impossible. The only thing I could do, I could split the image, understand exactly where is the line. I mean, if I make a black line, yeah, you see that now. It's even stronger, right? Yeah. I mean, it seems to be here. So the solution would be like if I cut off this piece, right? I put in another image, then I cut off the right side and I merge them together. Then I mean, I can try. I can do this, right? And then assuming that it's there, I don't know if it's there. And then we take this side. Assuming that the pixel is this one, right? And I take this, and I put it on the side of this. And then we try to heal it, but then we have to remember I mean, if I do it like this, can I heal cross? Can I heal cross? No, I don't think I can. So, but okay, we can remember the pixel number is 30, what? 31 point, what? 31 point. 30, 31, 31. It's 31. So it's 31, right? 31. So if I now fix it this way, so the deadline basically disappears, right? Right, now that line doesn't exist anymore. Well, there is a kind of another line here, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, it's kind of broken. I have to say. I think we did quite some damages to this, but anyway. And now, if I take from here up to up to 31, right? And I copy it back on top of this, and then I take the opposite, so from here, yeah, from here to here, and I copy it on this guy. Now, the problem here is understanding where, because now this is not matching anymore. I think it should be like this. I think it should be like this. It is kind of surgery. Why is not working? Why is not working? Because the pixel was not that pixel, huh? Here at the top, it doesn't seem to be correct. Here at the top doesn't seem to be correct, unfortunately. Yeah. Nah. Pain. Fuck it. Why if I select that and I try to clone on this is not working? I mean, I'm not cloning, I'm healing, I know, but there seems to be probably 1 pixel of difference, because this line does not align properly. I mean, I can just but it's a pity because I did the work and now it's not working. How it is possible that? Did I do it wrong or what? Did I do it wrong because I did it on the other side? Oh fuck, I did. Ah, that's why. Fuck it, I did it the other side, boys. That's why. So this side should go on the right. Oh my god. It is why it's not working. This side should go. Huh. But the question is where? Question is where? $24. 24. 24, huh? $24. Bra. So this becomes what? This becomes the left. Oh my god. This becomes what? But the problem is again where? The problem is where? I think it's tough. I mean, I can try, but it's tough, boys. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's not an easy deal. It's not an easy thing. Like this is like what? It's impossible. What?
Good job on that, by the way. Sarcasm self-test complete.
Guys, no, I don't know. I think I lost my. It should be the left should be there, but I don't understand why he has these two black parts which were originally part of the right side. So I'm kind of confusing myself somehow because this was the left side. So why now the left is on the right and vice versa?
I have your brain scanned and permanently backed up in case something terrible happens to you, which it's just about to.
So making it another color is helping a bit, but making it another color is helping, but from here down it's not working. My test is not working. As you can see. I mean, this side is definitely this side, right? And here the left is the right, right? But how to match the two? I don't understand why I cannot match the two properly. Should I do it this way? I mean, should I take the wall thing and make it horizontally tiled fully so that I see it better, and then I take any point in this and I just copy it over? Yeah, maybe that's a better idea. So if I say that my canvas size now is double this, right? So is this 1792. right? And this guy, I mean, it's the same. I can put it at the same. I can put it, yeah. So, and then I paste the same guy again. Now the only problem will be that obviously I need to match it exactly, but yeah. I match it exactly. Okay, so this is the result. This is what we see, right, in that thing. So if now I fix it and I remember where is this point, right? And this point is 896, right? 896. So if now I fix it, so it actually doesn't look like shit, but it looks normal. So I take, let's say from here, right? It looks a bit more normal. And, well, here is not easy, but as long as we remove the, right? Why is not doing anything? Okay. Yep. So, yep. Okay. So it looks, yeah, now it looks fine here. I mean, it has a bit of a dark, but I think it's fine. He has the dark hair color, I don't know why. I mean, I could clone and then, but you see that it's a bit darker and doesn't really look nice, but fine, right? Yeah, something like this, I think it's okay. So if now we have it like this, and now I want to copy my 890 shit, how do I do it? I have to copy this piece on top of this piece on the right, right? And then I can copy my 800 shit, no? Yeah, exactly. So if I copy this and I paste it on top of this, but it has to be exactly in the right spot. That's the problem. It has to be exactly in the right spot. No, please, I want to move it. Yeah, but I see a pixel there, which is exactly, right? So like this will be exactly. I think like this is exactly. And then I merge it, right? And then I copy back my 896. 800 what? And then I copy my 896. 896, which is this guy, and I copy all of it, right, until the end, yeah. And now I paste it exactly on top of this, assuming that it doesn't move it. And then I export. Please. There is still a bit of a line though. How can you have this fucking line if... Is the normal map? No, because I'm unlit. Okay, anyway, it's reasonable, guys. I mean, we can still see a bit of a line. I don't know why, but we see a bit of a line, but it's way better than before.
Won't be easy to track down, but we're close.
is way better. I think we can leave it like this. I mean, you can obviously see that there is a line here. You can see it, but I think in the grand scheme of things is okay. I think it's okay. I think you will not. I think it's fine now. I think it's good now. I think it's good now. Okay, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. So, okay. Wow. Okay, let me just check the red one, because we also have the red one, and I want to see if the red one Atlas, we have to do the same. But I think we learned a better technique to do it, which is I mean, there is, but I would say that it's very reasonable. It's not too bad. This one I think is less of a problem. I think this one is less of a problem. Even if I like it less. I like less this... I mean, in theory we could take this one, you know, and make it... And make a red version of it. The problem will be the gray area, because if I colorize... Yeah, exactly. If I colorize, I lose the gray areas. But actually, I think I like this more than... I mean, I like this one being colorized than the other one. No? I mean, a reasonable color could be something like this, or this, or this, or this. This could be a reasonable color, right? Okay, let's move on. It's fine. We have these two variations. We can make more variations. I think some of you can help me. Hello, Phoenix. We can have more variations. Is okay, guys. Is okay. I don't want to spend, you know, too much time. I think it's good. We have 3 variations, right? Which is nice. Base 01 inst. Base 01 inst. Okay. I don't know if the original one at the end is better, but no, but the blue one I really like. I think the blue one is very nice. Okay, do you want to try a mix of colors? Well, a mix of colors, we could do this. We could have like the first texture being always the base, right? And then the other 2 texture to be used only in the ray rooms, for example. So I could have base 01 inst, and then I could have Atlas 02 and Atlas 03, right? And then we can say that we randomize how do we want to randomize? We want to randomize only the ray rooms. Only the ray rooms being different. Yeah, that could, I think that's a good idea actually. But there will be very little, there will be very little. There will be, if it's only the ray rooms like now, we will have only 1 room that is different. I don't know. Because at the moment we are randomizing at the beginning here. We are random. Why I don't see any more my structure? What? Structure is empty. Why? What is going on? Why structure is empty? Why? GG. Without structure, I cannot move. I don't know what is going on lately, but hierarchy? No, it was not. It was a structure. Structure. Oh my god, please, why I have to fight with my... Okay, now we loaded it. Okay, maybe it just took a bit of time. It just took a bit of time. Now is working. Now is working. Okay, nice. So if I go to generate generate dungeon, right? Here we decide the color scheme, right, of the wall dungeon. I think it's actually nicer to have the, maybe, you know, we can have a color scheme and then we may change the array rooms with another color scheme, but I don't know if we look good or not. I think we have a function that is called spawn, no, select and spawn next room, right? This one is the one that is actually selecting the room, and here is defining the wall texture. So to know if the room is array room, I don't remember if we have a flag. Do we have a flag to say? Yeah, we have a flag that is called is rare. Yeah, exactly. So we could say that if yeah, if the current room is rare, we may decide to change the color scheme, right? If rare, change color scheme, and we may randomize it. We may randomize it. Hello? Doesn't answer anymore. Oh my god. Please let me work on my project. Please let me work on my fucking project, please. I don't know, he locked up. It doesn't move anymore. It is blocked. I don't know what it's doing. He found this 1 million errors on the right side and it's GG. It's not answering anymore. Oh my Jesus, what is going on today and yesterday? Yesterday as well, we had so many weird problems, right? Yeah, he's locked up. I think I have to kill it. Okay. I cannot even kill it. This live coding console, I think, is the one that is messing up everything. I don't... Is this or what? Rider 64. I don't know what is going on today, but we are hitting a number of annoying issues. Like yesterday, there was that problem with the compilation. At the end, it was my fault yesterday. So, but okay. Can we please get a structure on the left? I think it just takes a bit when he starts up because he has to index everything. So. I guess he didn't save what I did. Meow. 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 Why select and spawn was not because this W. Okay. Okay, we are here. Okay, I have to redo it. Okay, fine, I will redo it. So we say if current spawn room is rare, right? Then we randomize right, and I think we want a color which is actually different from the one that we had at the beginning, no? Control KK, Control KN, yeah, I remember that. Generate dungeon, yeah. Ah, nice to jump to the... So this would be a temporary texture. So actually, I think I need to create a new one, because otherwise it will override, you know. So this will be like override wall texture. And yeah. And then no, sorry, let's do this. Oh my. Oh my. So we want to select it maybe in we want to select it I mean, we want it to be different from the one that we already selected, no? Because if we just randomize well. Yeah, we can remove from the array, I guess. Should we remove from the array at the beginning? Yeah, let's do it. I think it's a good idea. So that we cannot generate the same one. Right? So it's always different. I can do it only if the array is greater than 1 though. Because if the array is not greater than 1, it will break, huh? So if it's greater than 1, we will do wall texture, remove at, right? And we take this random color, right? So that now when we generate the new one for the... okay, GG. When we generate the new one, we randomize only between the remaining available, right? And so this will actually be different. And this will be... Yeah, I think it will work. I think it will work. I think it's good. I think it will work. I mean, as long as I have... Yeah, it can become gray. It can become gray, obviously. Can become gray. So it may happen that the ray room is actually gray. So the dungeon is like all red, and the ray room is different color. But I don't know, this could be an option that we maybe give on the command, right? So when we configure the dungeon, maybe I should have a pop-up window to configure the dungeon generation. Yeah, maybe I think we will have that. I think we will have that, guys, because doing it by command line, so it's like /dungeon and then all those parameters, I think it may be very confusing. While if I have a small pop-up window that is actually collecting those parameters for you and is giving you a, you know... Also, I think one thing I want to do, I want to be sure that the /dungeon is not going over 100 rooms. I think that... because that may really break the game. I don't know if I did it already. So these rooms, right? If rooms is more than 100, I think we should block it. I don't know if I want to do it here or... Yeah, I think I will put it here. Because otherwise the server, I mean, we can just by mistake, you know, we can just destroy the server. So let's say that if data rooms is greater than 100, right? Data rooms equal to 100, so it will anyway limit you. Which I think is a good idea. Bomb, 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 bomb. Now the number of ray rooms and all of that is... I mean, there is still so much to do if we want to balance it properly, right, guys? There is still so much to do if we want to balance this thing properly. Because now we have all the parameters, but the way we use the parameters is still a bit all over the place. Even if, but what I can see, the generation is not bad. Eh? We get decent dungeons. Okay, so for example, in this case, the dungeon is red, right? The dungeon is red, and the ray room, right? It could be... the ceiling is very dark. Okay. Yeah, you see that the endings are correct. I had a problem with the endings, they were not correct. But now they are. So in theory the ray room should be different color. Yep, there it is. So the ray room is now blue, azure or whatever. I think it looks nice. I think the line is not visible. I cannot find it. Ah, okay, it's here. Yeah, but it's very small. I think it's good. The floor is fantastic. I really like it. Do we have a tiling problem with the floor or not? No, it doesn't look like. I think the floor is styled well. So yeah, in this case is a mix, right? So this one is, for example, this one is red, right? Oh wow, interesting. Huh. Interesting. So this one is red, right? And the ray room is blue. I don't know if I really like it though. Do you like? Who was asking that? Ula? Do you like the fact that they change like this or no? Or is it better to have it all in one color? I mean, transition is not that bad, but so that's the transition, right? Transition is okay. I think it just feels a bit weird, you know, that you have a wall dungeon like that, and then this room is actually different. I don't know. I don't know if I like the switch. Not bad for you? I don't know. I think it may look a bit... I don't know if I like it. Probably it's also because I like the red less, right? So it closed itself. And he's trapped again. Okay, let's try to finish the ranged attacks. I think we did a good work anyway on this. Maybe we can put it as an option, right? So the option can be ray room different color or something like that. And let's try to work on the range attacks, okay? So the problem of the range attacks is that at the moment there are two calculations happening, right? There are two calculations happening. The first calculation, I have to think a bit about it, huh? So the first calculation happens inside let me get my yeah, exactly. That is the problem, right? So we have a damage script, which is inside the attacks table. So if I go in the attacks table, Why we have so many attack tables? Wow. Got like 20 open. If I go to the attack table, there is the damage. And there is the outcome, right? Damage and outcome. So this damage actually defines the result of the attack, because for example is using calculate damage, right, which is our basic math. So it points to a math script that is called calculate damage, right? So this one actually points to a math script. Example, calculate damage, right? This actually defines the result. So this defines if I have a bad angle or if I have, you know, something else. So a miss, a hit, or whatever, right? And so for physical attacks, I think it's kind of good because it is so blocked, right? For example, blocked, right? Or miss. And then it's determining the final damage. So this determines the result of the attack, like missed, blocked, or hit, right? And calculates the final damage, right? So that is what this thing is doing. Then we have range. Yes, then we have range, which is actually a formula and usually defaults to the weapon range, right? So we have range, which is the maximum range of the attack. Usually is set to the weapon range plus 1 meter, right? Something like that. Then we have delay, and this is another important one because delay is the one that is deciding how often, right? Decides how long it takes to execute an attack, right? So that then after the time you execute another one. And then there is outcome, right? So attacks outcome, which is actually the progression script that contains may contain additional damage and a visual effect, visual and sound effect, right, of the actual spell, of the actual attack. So the problem is that if damage is returning miss or blocked, the outcome is not executed, right? So that's a very important point, and this is what is happening now. So it's executed only if we got an hit from attacks damage, right? And this is exactly what is happening now. So if I attack this guy, this guy starts to attack me at range. What will happen is that he will not have, he will miss here, and so we will not see the ranged attack, which is very weird because you don't see the projectile. So I think in case of projectiles, the calculation actually needs to happen inside the outcome script. So if you want a pure ranged attack, I think that this should always return because that unfortunately is a math script. It's not a progress. If it was a progression script, I could have played the VFX and the projectile directly into that. So I think basically what we need to do, right? I think what we need to do is the following. So if you want the VFX and sound effect to play always, and then determine the hit, use outcome only script in attacks damage, right? So we are going to create a new script that is called outcome only. Outcome only. And this outcome only will be a new what? A new math script, huh? Yeah, it needs to be a new math script. Which is similar to calculate damage, but it's not really like calculate damage. So this will be outcome only, and it will be. So the only so what he needs to do, he needs to basically return exit if greater than if 0. What? If 0 is greater than missed, return 1. Otherwise, return 0. Calculate if the attack missed. Yeah, so all this part we need to skip, right? When we do the final damage, what do we actually set? It is actually blocked, huh? Blunt damage. Final damage. You know what we can do? I mean, it's not the best, but we can say that if final damage, so we can set final damage to a special value. Set final damage to a special value. So we know that we have to play outcome directly. The outcome script, play the outcome script only directly, right? We can set it to, I don't know, -99 or whatever we want, right? It can be any shit. It can be -99. And so this means that I know it's a bit hacky, but it's fine. I don't care too much about it. So in the code, so basically what should happen now is that in the code, when we receive the result of the attack, which is basically calculate damage, exactly inside PS attack. Now there is only one point, which is the speed, right? Because the speed, I think I still want to do it. Calculate the difference between target and attacker location, angle validation. Because I think that here we have the final damage, no? I mean, this is fine. You know what is the only pity is that if I skip the calculate damage, I will not get. I will not get my resistance. I mean, I mean, basically every character will be attacked pretty much the same way, right? Which is a bit of a pity. Fuck it. I don't know if I really want to skip it. I don't know if because skipping it is easy, but this means that every character will be hit in the same way unless I apply some logic in my... So yeah, basically all the logic needs to be applied in the progression script. All the logic will have to be applied here, right? So if we take if we take this, right? Yeah, because we are passing final damage, right? We are passing final damage to the outcome script. But we do it only if is attack damage. Because if he's dodged or blocked, I'm thinking. If I don't skip it, this guy will attack me, but I will not see it. That's the problem. I will not see the projectile, right? I will not see the projectile. So he will like try to attack me, but not really. I mean, the best would be to see the projectile that is actually missing me, right? That would be the nicest thing. To see the projectile that is missing and is going on the wall or something, right? Yeah. Why the trap is not using the proper color? Ay 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 ay. The trap should be red like everything else, no? Anyway, I will check that. It's not an easy decision. It's not an easy decision. It's not an easy decision. If monsters attack are made by an NPC to an NPC, they yield a bad range. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, this is just to exclude them. I mean, okay, but what is the point? I don't know. It's only... Because in theory we could filter for monster style, right? We could say, if monster style, then do this, do that. Because I like the script to do more damage, to have more chances to hit, but at the same time I also would like to change it so that my range dice, whatever, my ice damage, my what? My ice damage, rise range attack, ice range attack, outcome. This thing we need to do it right, because if I do it wrong, it would be a problem. So even if I think a bit more about it, I think it's anyway good. Come on, bro. Where the fuck is this thing? Jesus. Didn't we put it in? I mean, it should be an attack, right? That is called... There should be a new attack that is called ranged, right? So why don't find it? Okay, Z. And the outcome is what? Because at the moment it's demon arrows. Because we are using that one, yeah. Yeah, but in theory I could use Monster Smash, right? If I use Monster Smash... If I use Monster Smash... Because here I'm basically only dealing the damage. Right. And you see that he's doing some stuff, right? He's doing some stuff. There is another saving throw here. Just a simple question. Are Unreal have some physics trick? Could you use them for the dungeon? Yeah, Unreal Engine can manage physics completely, yes. But they are a bit heavy to use. But yeah, you can have a ball that is like bouncing, you know, on the floor. The problem is that the physics needs to be replicated if you want to have all the players see it. But yes, you can have physics objects. At the moment in game we don't have any for performance reasons, but I think in the future we may have. So basically we have two options, right? Let's try to reason on these two options. We have two options. Option one is to use use the calculate damage script as normal, right? This will result in a miss, in a blocked, in whatever, right? And it is basically a normal attack that the monster will do with his weapons. Yes, and it is where I think is broken, right? Because he's basically, instead of using the poison attack, is using a normal attack, and it is what is throwing me off, right? Because he determines miss, blocked, or hit using the standard defense, right? So, and also the standard item. So even if we are trying to do a special attack, the first thing that we do a normal attack, and it is what is throwing me off, because that is not what we want. So for example, let's see these ones that have different scripts, right? For example, this one is a different script that is calculate 1 damage, right? And calculate 1 damage, I think is a reasonable... Yeah, I think this one is going in the same direction, because there is a wand. Right? You are not really attacking with your... Okay, that's good actually. So if I search a math script that is called calculate 1 damage, right? What is this thing doing? Calculate the distance and angle. Exit is wrong. Okay, it's doing the bad angle. Calculate your attack rolls, attacker has priority. Calculate the attacker and target level skill. So it's still using the weapon skill of the attacker. I don't know if I like this actually. With a wand? Calculate the fumble. Calculate the attacker power level. Calculate the attacker power level. Power level K factor. Power level 1 plus the weapon skill. Yeah, which I think is a good idea actually. I think this one is much better. So it's just going to weapon skill. We don't have to go crazy about the K factor. Even if the K factor is not used with wands. Yeah, exactly. Then it's calculating the magic resistance based on weapon, attack, weapon, skill 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Which I guess that these are exactly D-Ways magic. I see. Nice. Yes. I think that is exactly the way. Yeah. I think it's good. I think we should do it this way. I think we should do it this way. So it's not using the actual weapon. Is just. But how is calculating the damage though? The damage is attacker damage mode, attack weapon. But it's still using the attack weapon though. Which is pretty bad. Yeah, but I would say that this is, right? This is similar to a ranged attack. The only problem is the weapon used to determine the damage. Because a ranged attack I mean, or we do 0 damage, right? Or we do 0 damage. Because if we return 0 damage here and then we do all the damage in the outcome, so the result will be that this will actually I mean, it can still miss, right? It can still miss. But I think if it's a ranged attack and is missing, I still would like to play the outcome script. I have to see if we can go out with a hit but 0 damage. With a hit and 0 damage. So if I have a hit but I have 0 damage, what happens? If I have a hit, right, but my final damage is 0, we can try that. We can try that. So that we do the okay, let's try that actually. So let's do this. Let's create a copy of this. A copy of this. So we change the name of this guy. This will be calculate special attack. Calculate special attack. Yeah, but you cannot then reduce it for... So what do we do? You just do the... calculate special attack damage. So... because this is already done. This is not needed anymore. This is done directly by the server. So the bad angle is not... So this is not needed. This is the attack roll and the defense target roll. This is basically the weapon skill of the attacker. And here we calculate if we miss, which by the way, as you can see, all of this has been removed. So we are just calculating based on the weapon skill. Where the weapon skill is this attacker, if he hits or it doesn't hit. But this is not based on the defender. So it's 0.1 minus, and then you do the attack roll, so it's basically on the attack roll. And the more the weapon skill... So with a weapon skill of 200, what happens? Why there is this 0.0048? So this will be the chance of fumble. So if I have 0.0048, right? Multiplied, and I have 1. And I have 1 weapon skill. I will do 0.1, right, minus that thing. And so I will have 0.09. So I will have basically 1% chance. Because the attack roll is between what? 1 multiplied by 2. So is yeah, it's 2, but so I will have 0.05% chance of fumbling, of missing. I will have a very low chance of missing already. 0.05. And if I have weapon skill 200, I will have 0.096. No, 0.096. Yeah, so basically this thing never happens, boys. So the fumble is really low, right? Really low. Like nearly 0. I think I don't like the way this is done. I think we should do agility of the attacker minus agility of the defender, right? I mean, it is a ranged attack, so it's something that you are shooting. So I don't understand why we use the weapon skill. Yeah, so I think it should be an agility play, right? So I don't know how to call it, but it's basically a ranged agility ranged natural damage. Like, so is a natural weapon. I will call it range natural damage. And I think that, yes, we can miss, right? How do you call a weapon? How do you call a weapon? Hello, Uno. Hey, welcome. How do you call a weapon that is like a biological weapon, like is like the venom of a spider or of a snake or right, something that is an organic weapon, natural weapon, animal weapon. Range natural, we can call it natural, but because I would like to have a special variable that is basically saying that this is a natural weapon, and so basically even if it fumbles, even if he misses, right, I want the projectile to go anyway, right, with damage 0. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think that is what I want. I think that is what I want. So, should we do it on agility or should we do it on the combination of all the skills of the player? That's a good point, huh? Because we have already some variables, like for example mental stats bonus. Let me check what is that. We already have certain variables that are no? Strange. All armor strength malus for, so let me, all armor, right? All armor agility modifiers, all armor agility, base stamina, max stamina, get attack defense modifier, total block damage. I think we had a function that was calculating. No? No. These are not even documented, by the way. These are not even documented. Oh, okay, this one at least it is. No, I think if we have to go by stats, we have to actually extract the specific stats manually. Like this guy, right, as agility 157. I mean, for this guy, I mean, all the stats are the same because we calculated. So in reality, Do you think it's agility plus intelligence plus strength or something like that? Agility, intelligence. So what is the comparison between who is shooting the projectile and who is receiving the projectile, right? What is the comparison that we want to do? Do we want to have agility versus endurance, or do we want to have agility versus agility? Maybe we can have agility and strength, right? Versus agility and strength. I think it may be fine. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. Agility, I think agility and strength versus agility and strength. I think it'd be fine. Logically, right? So if I want to get... so attacker skill value, right? Attacker skill value. Without going with... well, armor malus will be very nice though. I think armor malus for... if you are in a very heavy armor, I think it will be harder for you to move, right? And so to avoid a projectile. Yeah, I think so. So we remove it from the... all armor strength malices. All armor strength malices. All armor strength malices is getting the modifiers to the strength, which can also be positive, by the way. But if I take the agility, isn't that already okay? Calculate equipment modifiers. I mean, I could introduce it later. Let's do it simple for now. Let's do it simple. I think it would be nice to have also the... to have also these two included. Maybe I can put a note. Right. It's always attacker though. We should have the target, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we do. The target is what? Target weapon. Target. No, target is target, yeah. Get average skill value. No, I think we will do one plus the other. So So we will do strength agi skill of the target and strength agi skill of the attacker, right? And this will be attacker get this will be attacker get skill value, right? And plus, you know, attacker gets skill value, and then we use the numbers that I don't remember, but the numbers are 46 or something. Yeah, 46 is agility and 50 is strength, right? So 46 agility and 50 is strength. Right, so we use we do 46 and 50. So we do it for the attacker and we do it for the target. Now what is a good formula? What is a good formula that is actually determining the hit based on these two? We can do just one minus the other, no? What should we do, boys? What should we do? So our value can range reasonably from 100 to 400, right? For the attacker and for the target, right? So that is kind of the range that we get if we sum up, you know, those two. So we will do one minus the other. We will do the attacker minus, yeah, I think we do the attacker minus the target. So let's say, for example, this guy has 300 total and this guy has 100 total. We get 200 as a result, right? So we do this minus this. So we are basically diminishing his strength, right? And then we do what? We do a roll. We do a roll on 400. And if we exceed the value, so as simple as that, or do we want to have it more? I mean, because this will be very linear, right? So we do a roll and if he's lower than, right? Yeah, if he's lower than. So if they have, the problem is that if they have the same, sorry, if they have the same value, then this will be 0, right? So basically so what we want to have? We want to have a 50-50 in that case, or we want to have a 50-50 because they have exactly the same, right? They have exactly the same skills. So if the value is 0, we want a 50-50. If the value is above 0, we want the attacker to have advantage, right? Up to the maximum value. So, but I still need to bring it down to I need to bring it down from 0 to 1, huh? So the maximum range that I have is the maximum range is plus or minus 400, I guess. Plus or minus 400, right? Plus or minus 400. Are we sure of that? Are Are we sure of that? Because actually in the code, I don't know if we have a real maximum. Do we actually have a maximum set as 400 or not? Or 200 or not? Fuck. Do we have a maximum start to 200 in the code or not, boys? We don't. I mean, when you rank up, right? Do we apply any? There is no freaking. There is no limit. There should be a limit, though, no? We don't have a limit at the moment. It can be anything. But if I go, well. No, if I go here. 6,000 people. $13,000 people. 6,000 people have skills that are more than 400. And 13,000 characters have... No, well, it's not 30,000 characters. It's 30,000 skills, actually. I think we should normalize the skills one day because it's getting a bit weird. I think our skills are a bit all over the place. $121 people. These numbers are all very similar. 121 have skill 0, which is ward, above 200, right? There are 92 that have a skill ID greater than 400. Interesting. Doesn't seem to vary really on the... because these are the stats. Right? These are the stats. Yeah, it kind of makes a difference though. Because if you can see from 46, 56, from, yeah, this block, right? This block is definitely higher than everything else. So it's really, you know, stats easily go above 200, right? Up to 400, and all the skills seems to go up to 200, most likely. But I don't see in the code, a cap, right? Which is kind of weird. I don't see the cap. I don't see the cap in the code. Well, for the stats, I think we will be the trainers, right? Because if you don't have a trainer that brings you to that value, right, you cannot go above, pretty much, right? So I guess if I look at our trainers, why don't have this written down somewhere? I don't have it written down anyway. But anyway, if I look at the trainers, right, the training skills, you see that you have all the 400, right? So yeah, okay. So I don't know if one day we want to normalize this, but it's fine. I think we should consider the 400 as the is our maximum, right? So actually for 2 skills, right, the maximum we could have is 800, right? If we sum up, right? And the minimum, I think below 50 you will not have, right? But yeah, so in theory the minimum is, so the range is between 100 and 800 pretty much, right? It's between 100 and 800. So if you want to do 1 minus the minimum, it's 700, it's a 700 range that you have. So on this 700 range, the difference between the attacker and the target could be really from 0 to 700, right? So one can be at the minimum and the other can be at the maximum. So it can be like this actually, right? So you can get 700 or you can get minus 700. So we are swinging between, minus 700 and plus 700, right? So if we so how do we bring it back to a normal value that is between 0 and 1, boys? Because I want to randomize, we can also randomize between I think I can random range what I want, right? I can random range, yeah, but inside the script I can randomize only between 0 and 1. Only between 0 and 1. So basically I want my 0.5 to sit on 0, right? So I want my 0.5 to sit on 0. Yeah, exactly. So if I add 700 to whatever result we get, right? Because here in theory we say that it's impossible to get 0, right? So it will be like this. It will be like this. So if I add 700 to whatever result we get, right? And I will do this, one minus the other plus 700, right? So I get my 0, which is my minimum. And then I scale whatever value by 700. No, by 1400, right? So I do because I want this to be 1 in case there is the maximum distance, right? So I divide it by 1400. I divide the result of this by 1400, so if I am at the maximum distance, so this will be 0. Yeah, and then I probably have to put a yeah, it is okay. So if the attacker is 101, he has a minimum chance, but he has a chance, but very minimal. If he has exactly the same value, it will be 0.5. And if he's the opposite, he will have, why we go above 1 though? Ah, yes, because it's 101 in theory. Yeah, so it will have basically a certainty. I think we can do it like this. It's simple enough. It's simple enough. It's linear. It's linear based on the strength and the agility of the attacker, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay. So I think we assume that I think it's okay. So we go So we do this. After we calculate these two things, right? We calculate if the attacker missed, right? And the way we do it basically by considering, so we consider the minimum stat to be 50 and max to be 400. So for two stats, that's 100 to 800, right? So a difference of 700. Well, a difference of 1,400, right? Right, difference of 1,400. So we calculated the percentage by... Do we want to have the defense roll as well? Because at the moment I was thinking to have only the target roll. I mean the attack roll, I think I will only go attack roll. I think we only go attack roll. I don't think we go defense roll. I think I don't care about defense roll. I want to keep this thing very simple at the moment. So we do attacker minus, right? So we do attacker minus target, right? And then we do, so, and this will be the percent, right? The percent to hit, right? And then we do this plus 700 divided by 1,400, right? I do this plus 700 divided by 1,400 divided by 1,400, right? So this will get us the percentage to hit, and then we just compare it with so the missed, right? The missed will be if my attack roll, if my attack roll is less than the percentage to hit, right? So if the attack roll is less than the percentage to hit, no, the opposite. If the attack roll is greater than the percentage to hit, then I missed. If it's lower, then it's not missed, right? And so here we exit in case we missed. With a damage of 0. Well, actually missed is automatically damage of 0. Yeah. Okay. If it's a hit, right? If it's a hit, then what do we do? Then I don't think I want to calculate anything here, right? I mean, I just want to say that final damage, I mean, we have final damage here, right? Final damage is always 0 in the script, right? Final damage is always 0. So basically this will be our script, actually. This will be our script. Okay? So now if we use this calculate natural damage on the attacks, on the ranged attacks, which is here, right? But now I want to also to say that Yeah, because I want to know if this is actually a natural damage or not. How do we know that? Do we put it just in the script? Yeah, we could put it in the script actually. Do we say like natural ranged equal to 1? We put it in the script, so every script will have to declare this, right? And this means that the final damage will be determined by the outcome script and not this script. I think it's a good plan. I'm not, 100% sure, but I think it's a good plan. I think it's a good plan. So basically here what we are saying is that what we are saying is that if you want the VFX sound effect to play anyway, even on a miss, right? Then add, add this natural range equal to 1, right? Then add natural range equal to 1 in the damage script, right? In the attack damage script, right? This will be checked. This will be checked by the code, and the outcome will be called anyway, right? I think it is good. I think it is good, and is also clean enough, right? Because we do the actual attack calculation here in the math script, and I think it's clean enough. I think it's a good compromise between the two things. Okay, so this is good. So now in the code, what I need to do, I need to detect this natural range, basically. So in the code, right, in the code somewhere, under PS attack, right? Exactly. So this will actually result in a miss. So attack damage will not happen, right? It will result always in a, well, no, it will result in a, yeah, we will also result in an attack. But if we result in an attack with the with zero damage, I think it will look a bit weird. But anyway, if not, it will be a miss. If it's a miss, I think we can still print the combat results. But Bro. Hello? Okay, cannot type there. Why I cannot type here? What the fuck? Bro, I want it there. Why? I don't understand what is going on. Okay, so anyway, so in this case will be if it's a natural ranged attack. So example, a creature spitting poison at you, right? We run the outcome script anyway, which will play the projectile, right? The projectile, but will do no damage. As final damage is 0, right? So I think we should say if what the fuck? Exactly. So we do this, and we say if no. Okay, we have to do it. We have to do it. We have to do it up there. It's okay. We can do it up there. What? Event. Yeah, event M, yeah. No, it's okay. So this will be event M lookup natural range, right? So this will return actually if is true or false. I don't know if I can assign it to a boolean. We'll see. I don't know if I have to assign it to an int and then do the boolean cast or something, but let's see. Okay, so in this case, if is natural ranged and we have an outcome, because obviously we want to do it only if we have what is that? If outcome, right? You know what? I think that if we are natural, I don't even think I want to do this. Right? I don't even think I want to do that. I think you know what. I think you know what. I think I do this. What the fuck? It doesn't like this formatting, huh? I understand that. It really doesn't like that. I think we do this. I think we broadcast only if I think so. I think it's probably better now. Now the final damage, right? The final damage. Yeah, the final damage will be here. So now the only thing that we have to be sure of is that the final damage. So in case of miss, the final damage will be 0. In case of hit, the final damage will not be 0. And so what do we do? Yeah, I think we apply the damage here. The problem is that the combat results are broadcasted. Yeah, I think there is a bit of a mess there in the broadcast of the message to everyone else. Because yes, you will read this, but you will not. Okay, so let me do my attack. Because exactly. So I think we duplicate this. And we generate a script that is actually called and we generate a script that is actually called attack ice ranged, right? Or ranged ice. How do we call it? We called it ranged ice. I don't know. We called it ice ranged attack. Ice ranged. So we call it attack ice ranged, right? And this guy, I mean, if you want, he can do whatever, you know, whatever we want here. So I will call it attacks monster ice range, right? So damage is calculated in engine natural, yes, and outcome will be attack ice range, right, which is this new script. Okay, so now in theory what should happen if all of this worked as expected is that So I don't know, but it may work. So what would happen is that when I'm at range, the creature will actually shoot me anyway, and I will see the shooting anyway. But when I'm at if he's missing, I will not get the damage. If he's not missing, I will get the damage and the message. Now, if it's a miss, we don't send a message. I think we can add that. So we can add a message to the script that if final damage equal to 0. Yeah, we actually have to do that, because otherwise it will look kind of weird. Because the other way would be... Uh-oh, server is not starting, so probably there is a mistake somewhere. Probably there is a mistake somewhere, boys. Let me see. Drum roll! He already crashed. You already crashed, but cannot load attack 80, ice range attack. Damage script does not exist. Calculate range natural damage. The mage script does not exist. Calculate range natural damage. Calculate ranged. Maybe I changed the name. Calculate range natural damage. No, actually it is here. Calculate range natural damage. Maybe we have an error in it. Wait. Yeah, we have an error. Parse error. Calculate range damage generate percent to hit equal to da 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 da. Invalid assignee. Invalid assignee. Because they have to be all uppercase. I think there was a reasoning on the uppercase, guys. Let me try again. There was a weird reasoning on the uppercase. If I remember right. Drum roll! I think because like variables are uppercase and functions are lowercase or something like that. No, it's not that. Parse error in math expression. But it's better though. Oh yes, I'm missing a parenthesis. Yep, I am. Okay, yeah, but there it was also the uppercase then. The math script, boys, the math scripts. Math scripts, I think, is a nice technology at the end. It's our own scripting language. Well, it's not really our own because we took it from someone, but we asked them to open source it for us, and so we did it. So basically, it's our code now. Our code now. Oh yeah. 1 second, I'm nearly there. Nearly there. Okay. Okay, so now we just need a creature. Okay, that's the creature. Invisible, invincible, and attackable, right? So now if I go here, doesn't care. He doesn't care about me. He doesn't care, huh? He doesn't care? Fight melee? Why doesn't have fight ranged? Why doesn't have fight ranged? Doesn't see me. Right? He doesn't have... He doesn't have fight ranged. Because I'm too far or what? Maybe I'm too far. Ah! As you can see now, he's shooting it every time, which is what we wanted. Now, if I stay out of range, which is more than 10 meters at the moment, yeah, because at the moment the maximum range is 10 meters. So if I stay too far, but we can increase it, right? But at the moment it's 10 meters. But I don't understand why we still see this line, right? Ah, yes, because when we hit... Oh my god. When we hit... Yeah. But it's working. It's working, but... And this thing will follow you, right? Now if I go close, it will start to attack me normally with a normal attack. And if I go far away, I think it will take him a bit to actually switch, because the need for ranged, exactly, the need for ranged I don't know. Then I need to check why. Yeah, we need to have like a guaranteed ranged attack. But you see that after some time is restarting, so I think it's okay. My Dark Way Mastery. I have 100 Dark Way. Ah, yes, no, because the... Okay. No, because now the final damage is 0, right? And the script is assuming that you get... The script is assuming that you get damage through the script, right? So, yeah. Yeah, but this I think is a good... I think this is a good way of doing it. So at least this guy can attack always. I think the only problem is... You know, the only problem is if you have a number of different range attacks, right? Do you want to determine the damage, right? Because we are determining the damage. Yeah, but it works. It works. Now, the only question is, should the final damage here be calculated in the script or not? I mean, if we standardize, right? If we standardize all the damage and we just say that whenever you have a range natural damage attack, this thing goes to 1, right? So that when he misses, because sometimes he's hit and sometimes in theory should be miss, no? And you block it. But it seems he's always saying hits you. But this phrase, you know, should really go away. This phrase, I think, makes very little sense. So like in our natural damage, yeah. And I think we should use, you know, we should use in the script probably final damage equal to 1 or something like that. So I think I want to do this. I want to do natural ranged 1, right? Is valid for everything. Then we calculate the miss. Final damage will be 0 in case I miss. And it will be 1 if I don't miss, right? And then that final damage will be used in the outcome script, right? Just to multiply. And if we want, we could have it based on the percentage roll, but I don't think it's a good idea, right? We could return a percentage, right, based on the roll if we want. But at this point, I don't think I want to. Right? Right? I don't think we need the exit at the end right now. We don't need it. Yeah, but it is working. Okay, let me try with this change. So with this change, you will have now, but I also want to do something that if it's a natural ranged attack, I don't even want in the... I don't even want here, right? To get this combat message. I think would not be a good idea. Because the combat message... Yeah, exactly. I think so. Well, yeah, somehow. I don't know. Not completely convinced of that. Not completely convinced of that. You know what may be the problem if I don't play, if I don't send this message, I will not have the animation of the hit. I mean, the sound is fine, I guess. No, I mean, if natural range, avoid the message, yeah. Okay, so I think this will at least avoid spamming the chat with the hit, which is actually not a hit, right? So I think that's cool with me. But then, in the actual script, so this basically this will be used by all the range natural damage attacks, right? So if we have 20 different range attacks, it will use the same script. So I don't have to go crazy and create 10 of them, right? So it will only be one. But then, when we go into our progression script, which is actually using this attack ranged, right? Here, we can use the final damage. Because here we should have the... Yeah, here we have the final damage. Similar to how we have it for the Monster Smash and etc. So we have final damage, so we can definitely use it. And basically here we will say damage multiplied by power. Now all of this I think it makes 0 sense. Now the point is that our damage should change based on what? Should change based on the strength of the monster, right? Based on the strength of the monster compared to you. Because here we are doing another roll and we are resisting, we're trying to resist dark magic. But I think in this case should be multiplied by final damage, right? Because definitely we have final damage, right? We have it. Because like if I go to monstrous thingy... Right. If I go here, you see that we have final damage here. So we can use final damage, which is coming in, right, as we wish. So I can go final damage here and check the resistance and I mean, in this case, he also has a drain, but we don't really care. I think we don't really care about the drain. And here we are resisting on Dark Way. Okay, fine. So this will actually be damage. Now the only problem is this, right? That we don't, at the moment we are not varying the damage based on the strength of the character. So if the character is, right, so how do we say that the so do we multiply? I think we are scaling all the skills from 0 to 200. What are we doing? When we spawn a new monster, right? Because the quantity, I'm thinking to the quantity of damage, the amount of damage, right? The amount of damage. The amount of damage. The amount of damage. Add NPC definition. No, it's before this. It's before this. It's before this because we call spawn NPC. We call spawn NPC here. Yeah, exactly. So we don't have a damage variable, right? We don't have a damage variable. We don't. But the skills and stats are pretty much one-to-one with the damage, with the monster, right? Monster difficulty. So I think I should actually scale them slightly differently, because here we are saying from 50, I mean, you know, this one is from 50 to 150, so it's up to 200 maximum, right? And yeah, monster strength, let's say monster strength skills, and then we do monster strength stats, something like that. Stats, right? And this is just this multiplied by 2, so just for simplicity, right? And yeah, no, so these are stats. And these are skills. So it's up to us if we want to take the melee value or we want to take the... Yeah, we can probably take the melee value actually. Why not? So the damage will be... Well, actually, I don't know. I mean... We can define a melee skill and we can define a range skill. That's a good point, huh? Because actually we have a melee skill and we have a range skill, so I think we can define both, right? In this case, we can keep them the same. So melee skill is 4, range is 6. So we can say... Right? So we can define melee and ranged, and then we can use maybe the ranged, right? We can use the ranged in the script to understand the actual damage that it's doing. So I would say in our what was that? In our calculate natural ranged damage, since it's ranged, you know, we can say now. Don't know exactly how to do it though, because there should be a multiplier between. There should be a multiplier between 0 or between 0 and 1, right? So if so the maximum damage you can deal is like 1. So let's say based on ranged skill. In range skill, we can do attacker get skill value 6, which is actually the ranged one, right? And then what do we do? And then final damage will be... What do we do, guys? We do like minus... We do... I don't know if I want to go up to 1 or I want to go up to 200. And then multiply by... But I think it would be nice if it's up to 1, right? So if I do 1 divided by ranged skill, is that gonna do it? What? No, it's not gonna do it. So if my range skill is 1, what? Hello, 2guy. Hey, what DB is this? We are using dbeaver, which is a database tool to actually connect to a database, but our underlying database is a MySQL. It's a MySQL database with MariaDB connector. And yeah, and these are all our tables, you know, the tables that we use in our game to store to store characters, NPCs, spells, and whatever else. So the data model is fairly complex, I would say. So we do what? We divided by 200, right? I mean, considering that the maximum range skill is 200, we divided by 200. Correct? So we do range skill divided by 200, where 1 is the full damage. Well, is the maximum damage. 1 means max damage. So this, yeah, exactly. So if you have 200, this will be the maximum damage the spell can do, right? So if you do it this way, then in the other script, right? In the other script, which is this ice ranged, right? Yeah, we can multiply the final damage from whatever we want to be the maximum damage. So the maximum damage, I mean, 1 hit, I think 1 hit maximum damage could be probably 100. How many HP you have, guys? How many HP does an average character have? How many HP does your character have, boys? That's kind of a good question, huh? Why I don't have an answer to that? That's very strange. I should have an answer to that. 100%. But anyway, I don't. So let's say 50 for now, and then we will go with that and see. But I will have to tweak, you know, I will have to tweak the damage based on, right? I will have to tweak the damage. And now here I can do whatever I want. Now we said ranged attack, we said ice attack. We said ice attack, and so we can use Arara as 2395, which is a fairly big, I mean, it's a big value considering you are a experienced character, right? Players max out at around 2400. 2400. It's not much. I was thinking way more. So if I do 50 at every hit is a lot. Maximum, man. Well, there is maximum 1 creature per room at the moment, so I would say that but anyway, if we want to use a projectile, right, it is not so let me see. If I want to use a projectile that is ice, a projectile that is ice, what do we have? We have icy blast. Icy blast. But icy blast, is it a projectile? No, it's not a projectile. Yeah, it is. Icy blast. It is a projectile, actually. Okay, cool. So if I take icy blast and I put it here under effects, right? When we say effects, source, blah blah blah, and we say icy blast, right? And then we do I mean, we can reduce it by the resistance. Why not? Maxed base stat and body dev. Are you triggering this script from your clients? Nice. Yeah, yeah. Everything is triggered from the Unreal Engine. Yes. All the script. So basically, the monster has a brain. The brain is thinking what to do. It decides if you want to attack melee or you want to attack ranged. And if you decide to attack ranged, then is using that script. I mean, it's a bit more complex than that, but pretty much this is what is happening. So wait. I think I will have to go very soon, though. Unfortunately. So I see Blast is under blue. So we can say we can use blue way resistance, right? And blue way magic. I don't like too much that we have to do a roll for. Why we have to do a roll? I just want to reduce the. No, this thing should. This thing should actually hit all the time. No. Because here we are doing. I mean, we are reducing the damage by the resistance in blue way, which is okay, and I like that. But then we are also rolling greater than 10 and caster skill rank roll divided by 100 greater than the skill rank in blue way. No, this is too complex. This is too complex. I don't want that. But sorry, but the M resist is not used anymore in this calculation. No, I think the only thing I want to have the damage modified by the resistance in blue way, yes. And then I want to see if the final damage is 0. Right? So if the final damage is less than 1, well, the damage can also be 0 point something, huh? So if the final damage I would say the final damage is equal to 0. Because in the other script we go final damage 0, right? Yeah, so it's okay, Let's say if this is equal to, I hope I can do equal as this. I'm not completely sure actually. If final damage is equal to 0 and all of this we don't care. So if the final damage is equal to 0, or we can say greater than 0. Yeah, let's say greater than 0. So we already had the thingy. So it's great. It's because this end GT whatever is the. So if final damage is greater than 0, then we do the damage. No, sorry. If damage is greater than 0. If damage is greater than 0, we do the damage. We remove. This line was the drain, so we don't want the drain. We don't want the drain, and then we say, I mean, the message from the character shooting, I mean, we don't care because it's a natural attack of an NPC, so I don't think we need this. So I think we will just put the message for yeah, I'm finishing my time. I have to go. It's a pity. I remember I cannot train body dab in Idla because you have a wall, you don't let me jumping and come to the tavern. What? What you cannot train because there is a wall? What? What are you saying? Okay, anyway, I will fix the script, but basically this script will just do damage based on with a maximum of 50. And it will do damage based on your magic resistance to that. And it will say something. I mean, I think we can take the same name of Icy Blast. Actually, I think Icy Blast is saying something like your fire sharp ice blade. What do you mean your fire? There is a mistake. Huh? Why saying fire? You should say your sharp ice blades. Huh? Oh, that's a mistake, boys. That's definitely a mistake. I know you fire. Okay, you fire in the sense of shooting. Okay. I read your fire, but okay. Fire and ice is a bit weird. Fire and ice, but anyway, okay. So we will have this, right? And we will say message caster. I will say shoots sharps ice shards, or shoots ice shards at you, hurting you, something like that, right? And if not, right, we can say that shoots ice shard at you, but misses. Or but you take no damage. I mean, is because you may have missed, or is because you have resisted? Let's say but misses. Let's say but misses. Yeah, so this would be the script. So I have just to retest everything, but I think it works. And then I need to document here the sequence. But I think the sequence is good. So we have one script to determine the percentage of result, which is based on agility and strength versus agility and strength, opponent and caster. And then we have another script, which is actually doing the visual effect, right? And yeah. So I think it's good. Okay, guys, have a good night. I will be on again tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. We will continue with this. Hopefully we can finish this dungeon capabilities. I still want to add invisible traps. And then I think we can start to create some rooms and generate some dungeons, and then maybe we can release it. I don't know. Well, we will have to decide about the loot, because the loot will be important, right? If people go through this dungeon and then they say, oh, but the loot is like just a normal sword, right? They will go like, why I did it. But okay, so we have to think also a bit about the loot. Yeah. Okay, with that, I would say bye-bye. Bye. If you want to click follow on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, that would be very nice. Also, we have a Patreon site, and remember that our game is available. You can click on download now and play it right now for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. Incredible, huh? That we release for Linux and Mac, but we do. Bye.